I found out I was pregnant whenever I was 18. I just graduated high school about a year ago, and I just started doing what I had always dreamed about, which was going to culinary school, because I'd always wanted to be a chef ever since I was little. I found out I was pregnant, and at first I struggled a lot with the decision on whether I should keep it or whether I shouldn't, because the man that is her father was he wasn't really a good role model or a good person for it, that I thought. And he didn't care, he didn't want to be a part of it. It was gonna be me. And that scared me a lot, because I had just started going to school and that was my whole dream. So I knew that if I kept her, that I would have to give up my dream. So that was really hard for me. But I struggled with the decision for a few weeks, and my aunt was the only one that knew about it. I'm sorry. And I ended up coming to the decision. I knew it was a girl before anybody ever told me. And I knew that it was the right thing to do to keep her. So I started doing everything I was supposed to. I started going to First Look after I first went there. I've just enjoyed being there. It was around people that cared, and I wasn't used to that. So I started to attend regularly, going to Bible studies, and then they had a reward system. And at the time, I didn't have a job, and I was struggling. I was really struggling to figure out, I decided to keep it. Now how am I going to take care of her? So, but First Look was amazing. They have the reward points, and I saved up, and by the time that I had her, I had everything I ever could have needed for her. I had over 400 pairs of diapers and clothes galore, and it was just really a blessing. I was really in shock for most of my pregnancy. I just couldn't process it. Couldn't realize that I was so young and I was going to be a mom, and one of those stereotypes, because I didn't think that my life was going to be like that. But I'm so happy I did, because just looking at her makes me happy. I'm sorry, guys. She is just a complete blessing for me, and I don't know what I'd do without her, because I realized that being a chef wasn't my dream. It wasn't my dream at all. Being a mom was. And I'm so glad I got to do it, because I wouldn't trade anything for her, including school, which, I mean, it was really hard because I had to give up my job and my own place, and my dream for school. Just everything felt overbearing, and I felt really alone. But when I was at First Look, I didn't feel alone anymore. It was like I found a new place, a new surrounding that was comforting. Everybody actually cared what was going on in my life and how I was doing. So